Lando.
It's Futanari time.
And welcome to the esteemed Ligma University.
Wait, Professor Lando Ligma University. Wait, my friend literally told me before I started streaming that I should do videos like this guy because he thinks that I'm funny like this guy. But I've never actually watched him. I'm dead ass. Real story. He told me in the gym. Real story.
Today's lesson, we're taking a look at a very important topic, and that is one on Futanari. Yes, Futanari. What is it? And also, why exactly why do we like it so much? That's what we're striving to answer today. So please, again, take a seat.
Why do we like it so much? I'll take it, bro.
Notebooks, and let's begin class.
Yeah. Let's get this shit. He looks like you, but Japanese.
Like I said, students, today we are going over Futanari.
Yeah.
It is a genre of explicit Japanese material, aka hentai, where a character or characters has both female and male explicit parts, body parts. Now, what do I mean exactly?
Yeah, what do you mean by that, though?
I'll give you an example.
Right?
Here. Let's.
Could you be Futanari if you're a guy with a little box? You know what I'm saying? Like a little beard, like a little. You know what I'm saying? With a can I say that on YouTube? Oh, fuck it, bro. With a vagina, bro. A guy with a vagina. Is that Futanari?
A female character.
A boy with a roast beef sandwich. Okay.
Chun-Li. And we compare it to a male character, for example, someone like...
Locust, you came in at the wrong time. Okay.
Naruto. Now, when it comes to Futanari, in its most basic description,
W drawings.
It describes a character that is intersex, having both parts. Now, you could take this as a traditionally female character like Chun-Li, having a phallus, or a male character having breasts, for example.
But what about a male character that went to Arby's? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
But when it comes
to
a
new phone, congratulations, bro.
Out there on the field, we find that more often than not, the majority of the media
they like girls, chicks with dicks.
Be female characters.
Yeah. With a phallus.
The addition of male parts. Yeah. Conceptually speaking.
Yeah.
And not.
That's my kind of stuff.
Male characters.
Yeah, because it's weird.
With female parts.
Exactly. We go with the left thing all the time.
There could be some crossover here.
Like this is okay. I want this to be very clear. If you watch this with Naruto, you're gay. You're actually gay. But if you watch the left one as a guy, you're actually straight. Remember, guys, this is the straightest thing you can do is watch the left one.
Now, don't get confused. There could be some crossover here with Rule 63, male characters and or female characters being changed into the opposite gender.
Oh, that's a rule?
Media, fan art, and whatnot.
Yeah, that's not Futanari. That's just straight sex change.
Futanari. Now, before we get deeper into
I had socks on, so I'm not gay.
I'd like to get deeper into the subject.
That's wrong.
Futanari
that's
is
wrong.
a
Not Cody Schultz. Hello, what's up, bro? How you doing, bro?
Works. So when we talk about Futanari, it is in the context of fiction. And although
it's fiction,
there might
exactly.
Be some
Good night.
With this word to some real-life cultural things many years ago, today, in modern times, and in the context that I'm teaching you about, Futanari is not to be used to describe real-life people, trans people specifically. Now, there might be some trans people.
So you can't call a trans person Futa? See, that's messed up. Like, that's messed up. I would love to be like, if I was a person in the trans community, I would love to be labeled Futanari. Like, that would be so fucking cool, right? Would that be cool? I think that would be cool. Am I okay for me to say that?
People that associate positively with this word, who am I to say? Who am I to really know? But generally speaking, I think we would all agree that Futanari.
I need to start calling John Futa.
Would be pretty
Futa bathrooms, let's fucking go.
All right, you hear that? It's lunchtime, students. So before we get onto the rest of this lecture, let's get some brain food in us.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about you students, but I am starving.
This is about to be an ad.
Luckily, Ligma University offers a very nutritious diet for its faculty.
Who sponsored the Futa video?
Now, before we eat, I think this is a good opportunity to learn something important about Futanari for you visual learners out there. Now, when it comes to Futanari, there are three main types of physical appearances of a Futanari character. We're going to use these food items as stand-ins for the explicit body parts you might find on a Futanari character.
Good night, Puktos. Good night, good night.
Banana, or a phallus, a schlong, schmeat, the girth, member length. And to go along with this banana, we have 2 tangerines. And they go at the base of the banana like so. And this represents the male package, as you can guess. And in a Futanari character, this replaces the normal female accoutrement that you would usually find.
Accoutrement!
And they come in different shapes and sizes.
Not gonna lie! These are words this guy went to college.
They do in real life. They come just like this, girthy, way above average length, that's for sure.
Yeah,
And
unrealistic,
sometimes they
unrealistic.
come with a little bit of that skin missing at the top. And they say that loses some sensation for the banana, but I think they make do. And so that's gonna be the first version of a Futanari character that we might run into. And so what we have next is this
I know
donut
this man
that's going to represent
I know this man did not just peel a banana to represent circumcision, bro.
Body
Look at your message, bro. Read your message. I can't.
Right?
Yo, you cannot just force me to read your messages. Like, what are you talking about? Yo, Adam, your shit's way too far back. Your shit's way too far back, bro.
Delicious donut.
Just spam regular messages.
Right there. And so in the second form of a Futanari character, in the physical appearance of it, instead of the standard male package, you remove the tangerines, no tangerines, and in place of it would be the donut, the female entrance where it normally would be, but with a banana protruding from the top.
What? Is this real? Is this actually real? I've never seen this.
This is a more niche version.
Yeah, okay, I've never seen that.
Being on a Futanari, but otherwise popular within its own community. And for the third version of Futanari character, we're going to combine our entire meal and have a balanced, nutritious diet. We're going to have the standard male package, like so, resting upon our donut. Now, this might seem a little gluttonous to you, but to some people, this is their preference. And we can't argue that this is definitely a pillar.
Has there ever been media that has had that exact thing, but then it curves inwards? So they're like pleasuring themselves, right? Like, is that something? Is that something we have?
Futanari genre. But
because I need you to send it to me.
Whether or not you prefer your tangerines with your banana, no tangerines with your banana, I think we can all agree that when it comes to Futanari, it's all delicious. So fucking good. Well, that answers the question of what is
okay,
Futanari.
All right.
But not why Futanari.
Yeah, why Futanari, bro?
Why Futanari? Well,
I mean, why not? You get the best of both worlds. I'm telling you, Futanari is the straightest shit on earth, right? Because like, if you're a guy, let's say you're consuming some media, okay, and there's a guy and a girl. Now you're watching a guy and a girl. That's low-key half gay. Like the only reason you should be watching straight porn is if you're bi. But if you watch Futanari, you're watching a girl pleasure another girl. Except the one of the girls has a guy's member, but that's fine. So it's like 90%, 99% straight. It's literally 99% straight.
Is it so popular? Let me give you some metrics here for reference. We're going to be pulling from 2 main sources, 2 main websites where Japanese explicit media, as well as other types of explicit media, are hosted. That would be these 2 websites right here. Now for
Rule 34, I know this. I know this one.
For liability's sake, I'm not going to tell you exactly which websites these are.
What is this?
But I will say that these are the 2 most popular websites for hosting Japanese explicit media, as well as other types of explicit media. This one being for images, and this one being for doujins, or...
What is this? It's an N with the like wings? The fuck is this? Also, yo, what's up, Brandon Nolan? Welcome to the stream, bro. You came at the perfect time, brother. You came at the perfect time.
Comic manga version. And on the first website, there are 603,639 individual results for the word Futanari.
Yeah.
And for the doujin site, there are 35,000.
What site is this? What site is this? I actually do not know.
416
I actually do not know.
Posted with the tag Futanari. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that's a lot of Futanari.
That
now,
is.
The question is why? Why do we like Futanari so much?
We heard your brother.
The key thing
hey, we heard, yeah, why do we like it?
Projection.
Yeah.
That's the term that I use to describe the phenomena at play here when it comes to Futanari.
Projection?
Much like how Charles Xavier, famed telepath leader of the X-Men, might project his conscious mind from one X-Men to another person. Tracer, the big fat. That's the type of projection I'm talking about here. Now let me go more into depth. The key appeal of the Futanari genre is understanding what it feels like to have your chicken choked.
You're right.
So I think the taboo-ness and the appeal.
So
of
Futanari's for girls then. Wait, so Futanari's for girls then, right? Because because they want to project how it feels to have their chicken choked. But wouldn't then that be a girl thing? Because guys understand. No?
That sensation that men are so intimately familiar with.
Yeah.
And projecting it onto a female character or female form, and having that character know what it's like.
Oh, so it's a guy.
Pleasure.
It's guy projection. They want a girl to understand.
That's the taboo-ness.
So you're telling me Futanari's for guys?
The main appeal of Futanari comes into play. Basically, the appeal of Futanari can be summed up in this way. Hey, I know what it feels like, and I like that she knows what it feels like.
W.
But she's not supposed to.
Oh, hey.
And that makes it hot.
If that's like 90% of things, yo. That is 90%. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the genres you find on, I'm assuming both those websites, this word right here, taboo. That's the word that carries it all.
It's witnessing
I'm telling you right now.
Characters
I'm telling you right now.
The same pleasure that I feel with a little bit of taboo-ness. Students,
low-key, I fuck with the word taboo. I also fuck with the word taboo and the game taboo.
Well, we all have a mother or can relate to some sort of motherly experience, positive or negative. And why do we all like furry so much? Well, I think it's because we all have an innate primal nature, harkening back to our pharaoh ancestors that we all want to tap into and go primal. And that's why we like Futanari so much. It's because it's relatable. It's universal. And so intellectual detractors might say, hey, Professor Lando,
who is we? I guess it's we. It's us, chat. We like this shit.
The ultimate relatability, that's because we're missing out on the taboo element. Men beating it. Well, I beat it. I've been beating it my whole life.
Yeah.
Also, why would I watch men? What am I, gay?
Exactly. What did I say? Exactly. You watch straight porn, you're gay. You're gay if you're a guy. You watch straight porn. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm just telling the truth. Hey, yo! Have you subbed and liked the video? Well, make sure you do that. All right. Enjoy the rest of it. I'm just telling you the truth.
To answer this question, I want to take a look at one of my favorite scenarios. So what we have here is a visual representation for Plato's allegory of a cave. In regards to hardcore Futanari, I ask you this question, students. Are you the prisoner or are you the onlooker?
I'm not going to fucking lie, guys. I've heard of this, the Plato's cave shit when I was in like college. And I was like, I shook my head, yeah, that's genius, yeah. Like, I don't know what the hell they were talking about. Honestly, it's something to do with like the shadow and the dancing figures. I don't know, guys. Like, this is like some philosophical shit.
Are you lusting for? Are you lusting for the concept, the idea, the projection?
Right, it's like, do you actually, are you interested in Futanari stuff? So like, arguably trans? Or are you just interested in the idea of it, and that's what turns people on, right? But like not the actual deed. Okay, fair enough.
Of the phallus
John is the willing watcher.
Character.
That's who.
If so, then I purport that it is not gay. However, if that is not the reason you like Futanari, then there could be a whole nother discussion to be had, and maybe, just maybe, might be gay.
You might be gay. You actually
talk about something called
90% gay.
The Futanari pipeline of self-discovery. So how does this diagram start? Well, it starts with the most basic exposure. Hentai.
Yeah.
Perhaps the first stage because of how accessible it is, especially with how provocative the visuals can be.
Yup.
Mostly being
accessible, easy.
Media. This could be discovering a certain Teen Titans animation on Newgrounds, or perhaps seeing a clip of some sort of animated, explicit Japanese fictional work.
Overwatch.
But eventually you go on to the next stage, which is doujins, a slew of content that you never knew existed before.
We love doujins. Guys, we love doujins. Doujins is like peak manga, okay? Fuck manga. Y'all be reading out, y'all be reading out here watching One Piece, Blue Lock, Shumatsu no Valkyrie, Hajime no Ippo. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be watching Kaiju number 8. Y'all be watching like the boring stuff. Look up some doujins, huh? Look up some doujins, bro. That's where the true good shit is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all really beating it to fucking Kaiju number 8. Exactly. Like stop. That shit's weird.
The volumes are comparable to a Library of Alexandria, the sort of Library of Alexandria of the modern age. When it comes to the animated works, this is the clickbait of the not safe for work pipeline. Because although there are some fantastic animated works, generally speaking,
they suck.
These are not the best.
I agree.
In hindsight.
I agree.
Of course, when you're first discovering
Yaoi's peak fiction. That is.
But doujins,
that is not true.
Is at.
That is not true.
The care each panel has, the amount of work that can be explored, is why doujins is the next stage.
Hentai is what animations are to doujins, right? To that animations are to like mangas, and like we all know, the mangas are always better. Okay,
where do we go
it's just
from
the truth. The mangas are always better.
We discover SFM or 3D animations. Never underestimate the human potential for evolution.
What does SFM stand for?
Or Source Filmmaker, which is a 3D software developed by Valve.
I'm pretty sure
3D programs such as Blender 3D.
This has got to be the stuff you see about Overwatch, right? This has got to be the Overwatch stuff.
Of not safe for work media. 3D renders, 3D animation, taking the 2D planes, which have been available in doujins and in the animated 2D works, and bring them into a whole new dimension. Source Filmmaker and Blender. Part of this is being able to take community-made models.
You just tried to exclamation point gamble. What do people do with exclamation point gamble? What do people actually do with that?
The sheer productivity, the sheer output going down this pipeline. What is inevitable as a next step? If you are consuming SFM or 3D media, you are bound to discover
VR.
Futanari.
Shit!
Yes, Futanari.
Shit.
Because Futanari, although apparent,
Futanari should be up here.
Doujin works and in animated
works, I feel like it should be here.
For some reason, seems to be particularly present within 3D works.
So this is like the end game boss. Like when you reach Ascension, you are a Futanari person. When you reach Ascension in this pipeline, right?
Here, perhaps you might find your way more prevalently in doujins than animated, but still possible. Perhaps there are some works. I'm not too familiar. Maybe you can send me some just so cross-reference. So
just so he knows.
When you go down this pipeline up to this point here, you might be somewhat normal, as normal as you can be after discovering what these are. But upon discovering Futanari, I think
you transform.
As a newly initiated person, you might be thinking, I don't hate it. Maybe. Kind of like it. So whether you follow the standard flow or perhaps find yourself off the beat.
We are gonna have to do some practice after this, yo. We're gonna have to do some practice after this. John, my series is 1 hour, 20 minutes of reacting to all episodes, but only react to some if you want. I got you, bro.
Path a little bit.
I got you.
You get to this point and you have to admit
and
something
then I react
to yourself.
To none.
Hey, kind of like that. And where do we go from here? On an entirely separate pipeline, maybe you could see something like this happening. Whoa, wait a minute.
I was gonna ask this. What's the difference between Futanari and Femboy? Is it femboys just guys that are very? It's the guys with stuff, right? It's not the chicks. So it's a guy focus here and then a girl focus on Futanari for the most part, right? It's gotta be right.
Instead of liking female characters, those are just dudes.
They're just actual guys.
I think students, what you're saying is, but Professor Lando,
they're just guys that are really feminine, right? Like actual real life boys. Like this is not even on some anime shit.
They're breedable and submissive or. Well, once you're at this stage, there is a way you might find yourself even deeper. F it, I just like men. Now, obviously, what I'm trying to say here is not.
There is no straight guy that can sit here and say that they like femboys. Okay, if you have gotten to this point right here, to where you are searching up and swallowing, digesting femboy material, you like men. Okay, you like men, 100%.
Futanari
100%
is going to turn someone bi or gay. You can't turn someone into something they're not. You can't change
exactly.
Them.
It's born like that. They're born like that.
Gay or bi. But maybe this might reveal
that you're gay.
What's inside.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to talk about the different types of subgenres within Futanari that you might run into. Okay, so the first subgenre that you're probably going to run into the most is going to be Futa-on-female. And an example of this would be
chicks with
Tsunade and Shizune from Naruto.
So true. In fact, this is the media that you definitely see the most, right? I would not know off of experience or anything like that, but this is definitely the #1 type of Futanari stuff that you will see. Is this right here?
Here being the Futanari.
Honestly, this man can draw.
Shizune being the standard female character. Now the reason I've chosen these two characters to demonstrate this scenario is because
a little rocket.
Within the canonical material, the series Naruto, Tsunade and Shizune are a pair. They're friends. Shizune serving as an aide to Tsunade, who's the Hokage
like the super nurses.
And introducing the Futanari aspect within this pairing specifically, and other types of female and female pairings that you might usually see in the source material, it is able to take their relationship and introduce this sort of new flavor to it. Now, there already is fan-made content of explicit nature, right? Being images or doujins of these two characters and other female characters partaking in coitus, lovemaking. And that already is a sort of rush and tabooness in itself. But
okay, okay. I would have never seen anything like that.
Whether it be
but if it were
something else,
were to exist, that shit would be peak
boundary.
I'm gonna need the name of this video. I got you, Locust. I got you, bro. I got you, bro.
Standard stuff.
Damn, the new look. What you mean? I'm the same look.
Is Futa on Futa.
What is Futa?
So the example I'm choosing here
I have never seen Futa on Futa. Look, I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. I have never seen Futa on Futa in my entire life. Looking like a snack. Looks Street Fighter. You should have watched this video. This might be for you. This might be for you, Danjo.
You take two characters that are usually portrayed as female in the source material,
and then you give them both hammers.
Futanari
you give them both a hammer.
What really sets this subgenre apart from the others is the combative nature of it, as opposed to the first one, Futa and female, where there is a very clear give and take in the relationship. Thank you for the
sub, bro. Hey, I just want to say, Danjo, thank you so much for the sub, bro. You dropped me down from 71 subs to 64, bro. W fucking Danjo.
I enjoy
W6 months, Danjo. Thank you so much, yo. Half a year? God damn! We've been affiliated for half a fucking year?
Street Fighter, of course, Cammy, and Jury. It's sort of a battle, and that's where the fun is.
Thank you.
And the last subgenre that I'm going to cover is Futa-on-male, or Futanari on male.
So it's a girl, it's a chick. And then what, she's like dogging a male?
Okay, my example for this would be 2B from Nier Automata and me, Professor Lando.
Yeah.
The traditional role that men often find themselves forced into by societal norms is one where men are predominantly the acting force, specifically in relationships. But sometimes, these roles reversed. And what do I mean by that? Well, sometimes men might like the door held open for them. Or maybe sometimes they would like to be the ones to get a compliment. Or maybe sometimes they would like the other person to pay for the check at dinner time. And sometimes they want Futanari 2B to plow them like the fertile lands of Mesopotamia. So it is in this way that Futanari-on-male might be the most complicated, but perhaps the most rewarding
of the
subgenres of Futanari.
But she has the dick!
And I've been speaking mostly
Miguel's
on
the type of guy to close the door in a sassy manner with his hips.
This implies that the male could
W.
top
Miguel, bro.
the Futanari character.
W. Miguel.
But that is for the weak of soul and mind and body. Only the weakest, whose bloodlines are inevitably bound to wither away and die, would prefer to top a Futanari 2B when the option to get topped by a Futanari 2B exists. Now,
wow, that's such a good point. Would you rather be topped by 2B Futanari or give top to 2B Futanari? Is that what he asked? Anyways, get topped, right? You want to get topped. Like, you would want to get...
on the subject of Futanari would not be complete.
No ways that John on the right.
Talk about
I was told before I started streaming that Overwatch. I should do stuff like this guy, bro.
This first-person shooter game developed by Blizzard Entertainment, released on 2016, took the world by storm.
Overwatch has really got to be the biggest, like the most successful part of Overwatch is the fucking porn that came out of it. Like 100%. There's no game that will ever dominate the not safe for work scene like Overwatch did.
Okay, well, students,
I promise you.
Why are we talking about Overwatch? Well, it's because when it comes to Futanari, there is so much Futanari based on Overwatch. Is this true? So much Overwatch Futanari.
Is it just Zarya?
And not just Futanari.
Tracer?
There's just so much not safe for work content of Overwatch out there. On the previously mentioned not safe for work image hosting site, there are 101,367 results for Overwatch. That aside, what is the answer to the question, why is there so much Overwatch Futanari? Well, it's because playing Overwatch feels like you're getting f***ed. You're getting f***ed by every character, that they have to give each character a dick so you can probably get f***ed by your teammates no matter who they play. Additionally, to answer the question, is it gay to like Overwatch Futanari?
No!
My answer?
No!
Yes. And it's not because of the Futanari.
It's because you like Overwatch.
Because I can't think of anything gayer
than playing Overwatch.
Liking Overwatch. Hello, students. Thank you so much for watching the video. Professor Lando here.
So much facts.
A little bit of an announcement.
Ligma University.
An appearance at Anime Expo this year, July 4th weekend, Los Angeles, California.
W.
I'll be having
W Professor Ligma, bro. I'm Professor Lando.
That weekend, in collaboration with Omina, the apparel lifestyle merchandise brand
that he collabed with.
We'll be releasing our next merch collab with Omina at Anime Expo with an online release coming this summer. Here's our new varsity jacket along with that shirt I was wearing earlier that you can wear to show off your school spirit.
Orlando,
Thank you so much to our Patreon supporters and a special shout out to the students shown here.
Yo, Professor Lando, what the fuck did I just watch? The fact that he chooses Raven and Starfire for the thumbnail really proves that the professor does his research in his free time. The fact that we just watched a whole ass video on Futanari. W fucking Lando, bro.